gonna be a little vulnerable here with you guys. I'm gonna take you on my wig journey with me today. Not many people have seen me without my wigs. I wore my hair when we were in Brazil, my real hair, which is what I'm working with now. So like I said, a little vulnerable here. Not many people have seen me without my cap, and my hair journey has been probably one of the harder parts of breast cancer, so be easy on me. Okay, so we are just about to hit the road for about 3.5-ish weeks. Phantom and I are leaving and headed to Boston to pick up the OG. Then we are driving down to Georgia, where we will be racing the OG at South Georgia Motorsports Park for Lights Out 16. So we'll be there for about a week. And then we are driving straight down to Florida to compete with the Pro Mod for World Series of Pro Mod. So it's been a hot minute since I have seen what wigs I even have in my closet. So I pulled them all out to figure out what I've got and if I need to get some more. For some of you who are new and don't know me and have followed me from my train wreck of Learn How to Cook with Me, I am battling breast cancer, and my hair is just starting to grow back from chemo, and it is an absolute train wreck. It's long down here, short on the top. I have several bald spots, so I am kind of known at the track for my crazy bright makeup, and as of the last 2.5 years, I have been known for my outlandish wigs, basically. I try to match the car in some way, shape, or form. And then for October, I wear a pink wig for breast cancer. But yeah, so I have pulled out my wigs to see what we are working with. And we're gonna try them on and see if any work needs to be done for them or if I need to get some more. Also, I have a very expensive wig that I bought from the wonderful Jewish women in Brooklyn, New York. That wig was incredibly expensive. It was about $4,000. It's human hair. I do not wear it to the track. That wig is a very special purposes wig. And I actually purchased it before I even was diagnosed with breast cancer, because I've always had very splotchy hair, very thin. I have battled Crohn's disease and a lot of other autoimmune diseases, so my hair, you know, of course, was the first thing to shit the bed. Of course, when I lost my hair to chemo, I was like, great, it's gonna grow back. You know, also I used to dye my hair, God, very, very often. So I thought maybe that had something to do with it too, why it was so thin. But yeah, so I was like, great, when my hair starts to grow back, it's gonna be full, it's gonna be thick, it'll grow back great. Everyone was like, oh, when your hair grows back from chemo, it's gonna be gray, which is awesome because I've always wanted gray hair. I've always said that the day I saw a gray hair, I would stop dyeing my hair, period. I've always wanted gray hair, and I've never had a gray hair in my life. So I was like, great, this is awesome. And of course, the chemo gods were like, you want gray hair? No. So of course, it grew back pin straight and my natural color. So I mean, the top is a little curly. My hair has always been pin straight, so why wouldn't it be pin straight again and not gray? So once it is long enough, I'm gonna keep it virgin until it's long enough that I can dye it and it can be gray, because that's what I've always wanted. So my first wig, I've been brushing her out for a while, because when I'm at the track and they're doing burnouts as they go by me, my wigs get incredibly tangled. And that's a reason why I purchase most of my wigs from Amazon, $20, $30 max, because they usually last me about 2 weeks. At the track, the cars kick up, you know, all of the rubber from the track, and it gets stuck in the wig, and they get knotty. Even though I do brush them every night after I take them off, it's just, they're a complete train wreck. So I usually try to go with cheaper wigs on Amazon, because I know they're just gonna get ruined. So this baby, I like her. She's a really nice red, and she's a lace front that I trimmed. So now that she's kind of, for the most part, not free, I will show you guys how I wear them, or put them on, basically. Hold on. Okay, so I do not wear a wig cap. I wear a wig gripper that I have linked in my Amazon storefront. It's from Milano, who is actually where I got my wig from in Brooklyn. First, I tie my hair back, the bottom part at least. The top is still too short to kind of fit into a elastic. So I just kind of shove her back. And then this is the wig gripper. So I try to shove all of my little baby hairs back and underneath this guy, and then I attach it underneath. And then I have glasses, I don't have contacts, so I always have problems with my wigs right behind my ears, and then this doesn't help either, because it's super tight. So I try to push it back just a little bit, and then I push her back a little bit on the top. So this one on the inside has a strap to kind of keep it on, and then a comb underneath, which is kind of what I like the most, because I will stick the comb underneath the wig gripper in the back. It's just kind of as extra security, so that when these cars are racing past me doing burnouts, my wig doesn't come flying off, which has happened before. We'll talk about that a little bit, but let's stick her on. Doesn't have a part. It's just kind of a free-for-all. I also, you'll never really see me in a wig by itself. I always wear like they say I look like fortune teller. I have like a little thing that I'll put on top of the wig, almost as another additional layer of security. I guess I can give her a part, but it is what it is. Not bad. She's in decent shape. I could actually probably wear this at lights out, because the car is black on black, but has red sponsor stickers. So this would, you know, be just a perfect wig for it. So yeah, I'll probably pack this one. So we'll talk about the story. I was working for Kayla Morton. Oh God, sorry guys, that's a mess. I was working for Kayla Morton, and she was up doing a run, and she finished, and I went to turn around to walk off the track with her mom behind me, and one of my friends, Mike Bowman, did a burnout and he just caught the wig at the right angle when he was doing his burnout, and the big whoosh of air hit right underneath in the perfect spot, and the wig was clearly not secured in the best way, so it went flying over and forward. And luckily, I was wearing a hoodie, and luckily Kayla's mom was right behind me, and she saw it happen, and she ran up behind me and threw my hood on top of me. Nobody at that point had seen me bald, and I was bald at that point. I didn't have any hair growing back yet. I was still fresh out of chemo, and so luckily she threw the hood over me, and she grabbed the hair and she just shoved it in her I don't even know what she was wearing. I think it was a hoodie too. So she threw it under her hoodie and she brought it back to the pit, and I went with Kayla's dad, Papa, and we went and got Kayla from the finish line, brought her back, and then I had to run into the toter and put my wig back on. It was an absolute train wreck, but I've been very diligent since then in trying to make sure that my wigs are extremely secured to my head so that doesn't happen again. This one, and I'm still not comfortable wearing my hair yet at the track. It's not cute, and I'm just not comfortable wearing it that way yet. I wore it out in public for the first time in December when we went to Brazil. So, and we wore it at the track there. That was the first time anybody outside of my best friend and Phantom has seen me without a wig on or a cap. So yeah. Okay, let's give this baby a try. She looks like she's an off-center part. These are mostly costume wigs. I'm not spending a lot of money on them because they're gonna get ruined. So I would tack this guy down with some bobby pins, throw my cap, my fortune teller cap on top of it, call it a day. So yeah, this one we're gonna keep. I think I'll pack her too just to have as a backup. Yeah, she's cute. She's a little puffy up here, but once I put that little cap on, you're not gonna see it. Okay, we're keeping her. I've had a lot of people ask me if it's really hot in my wigs, and for the most part, they're pretty airy. However, because some of the medication that I'm on has sent me into menopause, if I have a hot flash and it's hot at the track and I have a hot flash for the wig on, it's a little rough. But for the most part, it's not that bad. The thing that annoys me the most is that wigs are not meant for people with glasses. And I think that's incredibly frustrating to me. That was one of the things that I vowed once I was done with this whole cancer journey. I was going to make a wig that was easily wearable for people that wear glasses. Even when I wear my sunglasses, it's incredibly uncomfortable because if I'm wearing the wig gripper, the glasses either have to go under here, which then when you smile, your brim of your glasses come up and it doesn't sit on your nose, or you put them outside and then it's under the wig and it's just incredibly uncomfortable. And I hate that the most. Okay, so I brushed her out just a little bit. When I'm at the track, I actually have a spray bottle that I put some conditioner in with water. So when I'm done at the track and I take her off for the night, which is almost as amazing as taking a bra off, I just spray her and it's so much easier to detangle her. So great. Okay, So, okay, she's got combs in the front and underneath too, and there's no hook and eyes under here, so she's stretchy. So let's give her a shot. See, I'm kind of like not used to my hairline anymore, or my real hairline, so I'm just used to wearing a cap, so I'm not used to seeing this, so don't feel comfortable almost without my cap. I know from far away it probably doesn't look like it's fake, but I know it is, and I think that's the battle in my own brain right now. All right, well, we've tried on the wigs that I do have in this house, so I'm probably gonna order 1 or 2 more. I had to get rid of the one that I had my blue hair when we were down at World Series, not World Series, Promont, for Drag Illustrators Winter Series, the Street Nationals. So, because she got completely ruined. She was a black wig that had like blue highlights because the Promont is blue. So I'm probably going to try to find a better blue to match, like Phantom matches his shoes. I try to match my wigs. So yeah, I am going to probably purchase a couple more wigs and call it a day. Thanks for being on the wig journey with me. Have a great day and have the day you deserve.